Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is so nice to have you here. As you can see, you can also follow me on Twitter. And yesterday we had you can of course also follow my Telegram group and you'll find the links in the description. And I wanted to thank all of you for all the immense support that we received yesterday. We had a record-breaking live stream with 4,551 live viewers. So be sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We had 26,872 views in total and also 3,250 likes for the entire video. So I'm very thankful to all of you, and I'd say let's go ahead and get started. So let's take a look at what's happening to the price of Bitcoin in the 4-hour time frame, where we can see that we still are within the downtrend that we've been forming for weeks now. As you can see, it is very clear that we are still in this downtrend. We've tried to break out a few times before, but we just haven't been able to do it. And as I mentioned before, it could be that we do stay within this range, or we go back and retest the 34,000 or 33,000 US dollar line. Something that's very interesting about what happened yesterday is that yesterday we had the press conference by the Feds, as we can see in this article, and they mentioned that they will be raising the interest rates in the short future, something that caused the markets to have some volatility. So in other words, the chair announced that basically on March 16th, which was the initial date for raising the interest rates, will indeed be the time that they do that. But, and this is important, they did say they will continue to monitor the markets and see how the economy performs. If it becomes worse, the situation, then I can myself foresee that they're going to leave the interest rates as they are. And I would be interested to read your comments below. And they also mentioned they want to do this 4 times in the future, which me personally, I do wonder if they'll be able to raise the interest 4 times this year. So having said all that, the market of course did react to those news, and we can see that here in the 1-hour time frame where we did have a breakout here. And on the live stream yesterday, I did mention that down here would be a good entry point for a long trade, but of course up here to start taking profits, because soon after that usually there's a sell the news event, and that is exactly what happened. But what about right now? What should we be looking at? For that, we have to go into the different support and resistance levels. So the 37,000 price line became our support yesterday, but unfortunately now it has become resistance again. And as you can see, we are well below that line at the moment. So interestingly enough, these lines that I've placed on the screen right now became our support levels here at around 36,200 US dollars. And that is exactly what we seem to be testing at the moment right now, which means to me that it's very important that we do manage to get on top of that support line and at least go back and retest the 37,000 US dollar resistance line, which, as you already know, has become a very strong resistance, as you can see in these 2 points here. So we have to keep that in mind for the day today. Also, of course, looking at this candle that before it looked like it was going to be a bullish candle, it actually became a very bearish one, which did have a bit of a bounce. But it's very interesting to see when we compare the 5-minute charts for the S&P and Bitcoin, how for the during this time period the S&P managed to climb up, whereas Bitcoin started to descend. So it's very interesting to see, because usually there's a correlation between what happens with the regular markets and the crypto markets, meaning the traditional markets will, for example, go down and Bitcoin also would go down. But in the last couple of days, we've had instances of a different behavior. So in general, it's very strange to see how things are evolving, and we do have to see what happens when the markets open later today. And not everything should be doom and gloom. Possibly people would actually be reacting more positively today because they know how to prepare and how to behave in the current situation. So like usual, let's just wait and see what happens. Now let's have a look at the liquidations for Bitcoin. And of course, a lot of people did sell yesterday's pump. Of course, also a lot of people went into FOMO, something that I mentioned in the live stream that people should not do. There will be more opportunities to jump into the market, but there's always someone who thinks it was the right time to get in because they think the price was going to continue to skyrocket, and then it turns out that it did not. And then just about 2 a.m. in the morning German time, we see that there was also a big liquidation candle here. So all in all, as you can see, there is at the moment a very strong battle between bears and bulls. Who will get the upper hand? That remains to be seen. Now, I did want to show you this other graphic that we have here on the screen at the moment. And the graphic is about the number of transfers that took place from exchanges into hardware wallets, meaning the amount of people who took out their Bitcoin out of the exchanges and put it in a cold wallet somewhere. Weirdly enough, did climb, and exactly at the time where we had our dip here. What that actually means for me is that people are buying Bitcoin at lower prices and putting that into their HODL portfolios for the long term. And you can see it here in the graphic that for the most part, the graph or the line is following the same line as the one up here, with the exception of yesterday's dip, where people seem to be or have started to move their coins into their wallets at a higher rate. And so a plausible explanation is that even here during the dip, people are accumulating Bitcoin for their portfolio. So now let's go back and see what the dominance for Bitcoin looks like today. Who would have thought? We are going up and down at the current level. If we look at the daily chart, we see that even more clearly, and I'm still convinced that we are going to visit the 43-44% level, which again, it basically means that at the moment the altcoins are not performing too well. Yesterday, Bitcoin did drop a bit, and of course, altcoins did as well, but at a higher rate than Bitcoin did. And currently, it seems to be happening every single time when Bitcoin drops. So one could just say that it is simply not the altcoin season right now. However, for those of you who want to take this opportunity to acquire some more altcoins for your HODL portfolio, definitely it's a good opportunity considering these prices we haven't seen in a while. So it's time to take a look at some of the news. Here we can see that Putin has declared or said that Russia has advantages in the mining of Bitcoin, and he did mention this with his finance minister present, which basically means that they are very interested in attracting more miners, and they see that as an opportunity for Russia because they have a good supply of energy, and this of course is beneficial for the miners, and they also have the qualified people to carry out such operations. All of this proves previous reports that were saying Bitcoin was going to be banned in Russia to be wrong. And that's why I always say when you hear something like that, you should wait a few days before you actually make a decision as far as to what you'll do in the market. Now, the fear and greed index, we are at 20 at the moment from 23 last night, keeping us in the range that we formed from May to July, and the range we are now from December to February. All these offer support to my prognosis that we are going to be consolidating for the next couple of months, maybe all the way up to first weeks of March or the middle to the end of February at the earliest. We might even break down to lower levels before we do get out of the downtrend channel. And if we do go above 39,600 US dollars, then I would call that our bottom. But for now, I'm going to keep my feet still. And if we also look at the VPVR, we can see very well that we are moving within our support zone. If the price does break under the $30,000 line, then there's almost nothing to stop it for quite a while. So it's very important that we do remain above the 30,000 US dollar support line. So now let's move over to Ethereum and have a look at where we are at the moment. As you can see, yesterday we tried to retest the 2,632 US dollar resistance line, but it immediately got sold off again. And for that, we can take a look at our 1 hour time frame chart. Look how perfect the resistance is here on both sides at precisely 2,632 US dollars. So keep an eye out for that. And so long we do remain below our resistance line, I don't really see a good opportunity for going long at the moment with Ethereum. As you can see, for a V formation, we did very well yesterday, but immediately got sold off again. So let's pay attention and see what occurs to our support line here at 2,362 US dollars. It could be that we do go back down to form a possible W pattern to retest our support, but as I mentioned until now, don't go by charts, just go by or don't go by patterns, but go by the support and resistance levels that we have for each one of these cryptocurrencies. So for now, you can just ignore any ascending triangles or asymmetrical triangles or whatever patterns you might find. As you can see, Ethereum is just trying to catch up to Bitcoin. And so that's why I say it's important to just be looking after the support and the resistance levels instead. If you are in the market, do plan accordingly with these two levels in mind. Finish your day and then just wait for the next day to see what comes. So that's very much everything for today's video. I'll be very interested to hear from you guys in the comments what you guys think, what's going to happen to this construct from Bitcoin's price at the moment, if we are going to manage another breakout or if we continue to consolidate for a while. The important thing is that we don't go below our support level at 35,500 US dollars, and that of course we do take out our 37,300 US dollar resistance line, after which it's very probable that we would retest this high that we have here. Otherwise, it could be that the day becomes very boring. We'll just stay within this smaller range here. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do share it with others. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and that is everything. Stay healthy. That's all for today. My name is Basti, and bye.